Indiana has finally fired head coach Tom Allen after a disappointing few seasons, and they just could not rediscover that 2020 magic. And now we're taking a look at 10 candidates that could replace Allen and maybe get Indiana back into the middle of the Big Ten. Toledo's Jason Candle has put on quite a performance this year. It's been fun to see what the Rockets can do and get back to the top of the MAC. There's still a little ways for them to go. They have to win the conference championship, but Candle has proven that he can turn a program into a winner. And obviously, things were looking a little bit dicey for a little while, but Candle has turned things around. He has made them a good team in the MAC, and now they are at the top, hoping to bring home some trophies there. And I think that he will be in the running. He's a Midwest guy who has been around for a while, and maybe Indiana gives him a shot after what they've seen from what he's done at Toledo. And I think that if that comes to be, you're looking at a good fit and a potential to really build around that. Now, obviously, we don't know what Candle can do because he took over the program at Toledo from Matt Campbell. So we don't know if he can turn a program around, but we know that he can elevate a team. Even when they're having struggles, he's found that he can face that adversity and turn them around. Maybe he can do the same thing for Indiana. Curt Cignetti has put together one of the most memorable seasons of the 2023 year with James Madison. And I think that you're looking at a guy who will be on some list here for head coaching positions at the Power Five level. Teams will definitely give him a call. He has done a lot of great things for the Dukes. And I think that he could stay there, but you could also see him entertain a Power Five offer. When you're looking at what Indiana can do, it's going to be tough to compete in the Big Ten. But when you're looking at a guy who's built a program and turned it into an FCS powerhouse, but also now finding success at the FBS level, Cignetti is definitely someone who Indiana will entertain. Another Midwest guy in Jim Leonard, I think that he is waiting for the right opportunity, and Indiana could be that position. And you get a stick in the Big Ten. He's at Illinois right now. He's at Wisconsin before. Now he gets an opportunity to be head coach in the Big Ten at the Power Five. Leonard is a great defensive mind. I think that Indiana's defense will benefit because one of the things we saw from the Tom Allen era, we saw a number of guys defensively that stood out and became NFL picks. We also saw a defense at times that was really fun to watch. And Jim Leonard is someone who can revive that, who can get that back to where we once saw it. And I think you're giving him an opportunity to showcase what he can do. We all thought he would get it at Wisconsin. That obviously didn't work out. That's still technically in play in the future if he ever wants to go back. But for now, I think it'd be a good idea for him to get his feet wet and start at Indiana showcase what he can do. If you're looking for a guy who can bring a program back from the dead, it's Chris Kraton. If you look what he's done at Eastern Michigan in the 18 seasons before he came to campus, they won 53 games. He has won 52 in just 10 seasons. And you take away it's 3 wins in his first 2 seasons. So he has put together 49 wins in 8 years. He is someone who is a proven winner. He knows how to revive a program that is struggling mightily. And if Indiana is looking for a guy that can do exactly what they need him to do, Chris Kraton should be high on that list. Antoine Randell is in the NFL right now, but I think that the former Indiana star would be high on Indiana's list to at least give him a call, see what his interest is as running the program. It would bring a lot of excitement to the program. You're getting a familiar name that everybody really loved watching as a player, and now you're giving him the reins to that program. Now you obviously need him to step up, and I think there's some financial issues where you give a new head coach less money than you would for anybody else. That helps Indiana a lot, especially with the buyout they had to pay Tom Allen. I think that it's just a matter of if he can do it or not, and then the interest level. Does he want to go from the NFL to running a college program? If he does, I think there would be a lot of excitement buzzing around Indiana's program. And I think that would be a really fun experience that I will at least give a lot more attention to a football program that has been struggling for a couple years now. Kane Wach used to be the coordinator at Indiana, and he has done a great job at South Alabama. It wasn't the most impressive season from the Jaguars this year, but you look at what he did last year, and you've seen that he can elevate a program to a potential championship level. I think that even though this year wasn't as good as they wanted it to be, Womack has proven that he can be a good head coach. If he returns to Indiana, you're getting a guy who knows what he's doing, a defensive mind that can, again, we talked about bringing back some of that fun defensive play for Indiana. Womack is one of those guys. Justin Fry is another familiar name for Indiana, the Ohio State offensive line coach and associate head coach is just waiting for his opportunity to be a head coach, to actually be able to run a program. And he has, like I said, that familiar face that Indiana fans will love and remember. And I think that's a good reason why you can hire him. Again, first time head coach. So financially, you're not really breaking the bank to try and get him over here. It's just a matter of does he want to leave what he's currently doing and run an entire program. A name that I'm seeing a lot is Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees has done a good job at Alabama. I think that he should get a lot of credit for what he's done with Jalen Milroe and that offense. And now you're seeing him put into head coaching conversations. Now, I don't know if he's ready for that quite yet, but he's definitely going to be in that discussion. I think that Indiana needs someone who can give them a different approach and has a good offensive mind. I think that Tommy Rees will give them that, but it's just interesting to see, is he ready for that yet? And is Indiana willing to give him a chance? Another name that's kind of been linked to Indiana here is Kevin Johns, the Duke offensive coordinator. Has done a great job with Riley Leonard and the Blue Devils offense. He has produced a number of exciting players, especially when we look at the depth that they had at wide receiver and running back. That's what Indiana really needs. They need some excitement on that offensive side of the ball. They need to bring back really both sides of the ball, but the offense needs to find a way to be competitive because the Big Ten is getting only more challenging and winning in that conference will be more difficult. But if you can find a way to get certain players to step up, then a guy like Kevin Johns really makes sense. Sticking in the Big Ten for the last one, Chiron Moore is definitely going to get an opportunity. It's just a matter of where. You look at what he did at Michigan so far this year. He's proven that he can win a locker room. He can get everybody motivated and ready to play, especially on the biggest stage. Now you get an Indiana program that needs some motivation, needs a kick in the butt. Chiron Moore is a passionate coach. He's a competitive coach and a good offensive mind. So I think that it would be at least a name you have to entertain. Give a phone call, see what the interest is, because maybe he wants to stick at Michigan, but maybe he's competitive enough where he wants to get a head coaching job, and Indiana can give him exactly that.